So this is one thing people don't understand. They end up doing visualization out of habit. Again, out of habit. But
I think that is what I end up doing, because like I said to you before, I do gratitude, I do meditation, I do it every day. But I, I think I'm doing it
habitual. I know. So two things again, na? We do see. This is the water. I'm drinking it. I'm talking to you. I felt thirsty. I drank it. This has been become a very habitual exercise. Even when I don't feel thirsty, if at a certain point in time in the evening I have the urge, I will get the tea. I don't know if I really want the tea or coffee, but 3 words. And now this is a very beautiful discussion I'm going to do with you, small. Whole spirituality is about doing the same things that we are doing, but consciously. Consciously. Eating consciously. Drinking consciously. Talking to someone consciously. And I'll explain what consciously is. Right now, we are doing out of compulsion. Compulsion means there is we have been programmed to do in this way. We have been habitual in this way. So compulsion or out of habitual, this is how we are doing the things right now. That is why we say, I have prayed, but things are not happening. God is not listening. I have shown thank you. I've said thank you to that person, but he is still, he has a very different behavior. We are saying thank you. We are saying, I'm sorry. Very mechanical, out of compulsion. We hit someone, I'm sorry. Someone did something, thank you. So what I'm saying is this is we are doing out of compulsion. It is not triggering any change at the level of emotions. Consciously means when I take this water, I literally feel that my body is made 75% of the water, and this water is available to me in the glass. I don't need to go to some well, take it out. It is coming right in my kitchen. Someone has put it on my table. Then I literally feel the gratitude for every sip I take. So when with that awareness that this water literally is going in my body and it will do wonderful changes, then that is the actual gratitude. This is doing anything consciously. Same thing when you visualize very consciously, or repeating affirmations consciously, that literally, think of yourself as if it is already happening in the present tense. Gratitude, literally feel that, I'm sitting in the AC, air conditioner. It was not there 20 years back, or not, we were not able to afford it. I have a car. Even, people, I mean, it happens with me when I'm walking, I feel how lucky I am to able to walk with my 2 legs. Able to walk. And this I have never noticed till the time I was living my life out of compulsion, that okay, legs are there, hand are there, I'm in the human body. I've never thought in these terms. So spirituality is only about doing the same things. It is not about going, as I always say, to certain spiritual place, then live there. If you can do the same exercise that you're doing right now consciously, trust me, biggest changes you will see in terms of your mental health plus the physical manifestations. Consciously means being aware of every small thing you are doing. Your hand is raising, you are picking up the glass, be very conscious. Consciously means stopping the chain of the thoughts and totally being into the present moment. If you're talking to me, you're just talking to me, you forget everything around. Your mind is totally about, about what Ajay is saying, not about what is the background of the Ajay, how old is he. Just remove all the filters, just be totally present with me. That is something doing consciously, where there is no glasses, no filters of the thoughts or your past experience, because then you'll not be able to see the things for it is. So that is true. One similar story I'll tell you, which you will really like in terms of doing consciously or out of compulsion. A very beautiful, because you you brought up this tree example. So it triggered that story. Maybe see, that is how it happens. It triggered something that you need to listen right now, because you are on a very right subject. And it is the only subject, if people get it right, then there is no other practice required. Because being consciously means being totally aware into the moment. Being away from the thoughts, that is what consciously something is. What happens, disciple. There was a prominent teacher in India. He hardly accept any disciples. One person was so eager to become his disciple, he went to him. He waited and waited, requested, he never accepted. It has been 15 days, 30 days, 40 days. After 3 months of his continuously persistence, that person said that, okay, because you have shown the eagerness, let me accept you. But you will not question, you will do whatever I will make you do. He said yes. So on day one, because he thought that he will introduce me, initiate me into some kriyas, yogas, meditation, all these things. He was having that idea of life that this is what being spiritually is. This is how I will get what we call reach that state of enlightenment. This is what will lead me to what people has referred to moksha or nirvana, or coming out of this cycle of life and death.
Life and death.
He
Yeah.
was having all these ideas which he has watched on the television, So then, then that master said, come with me. And there was a coconut tree. You know that coconut tree, tall, straight. He said, do you know climbing? So that guy was from a village and he was aware how to climb a tree. Before I continue, I want to say that there are very few moments, Ani, in our life where we are totally into the present moment. It is very hard because every time the thoughts are there. Now in the meditation, you are having those moments of few seconds, or sometimes they stretch it to 40-45 seconds when there are no thoughts. Generally, we only remain into the present moment when suddenly there is a life threat. The moment you saw that when you are driving the car, suddenly a car is coming and you become very alert and you take a turn. Then for next 3-4 seconds, you become so alert into the moment. What happened? Where am I? Those are the moments where naturally you are into the present moment, totally aware, no thoughts. So when it is a matter of life and death, generally it is considered in spirituality that then in those moments, a person was totally into the present moment. Coming back to the story, he thought this person will teach me some meditation. He took him to the tree, but disciple didn't question because that was the promise he has made. I'll not question. He said, climb up. He was climbing up. It was a very tall tree. It was almost 30 feet. He climbed 4 feet, 5 feet, 10 feet, 15, 20, 25, 30. Then he said, okay, now you come down. He was coming down. He was coming down, and it was at such a height, he was very alert. He was coming down, he was coming down, he was very alert. Alert by himself. No one need to tell him that you have to be alert. He was automatically alert. Coming down, came down, came down. When he came down at 10 feet from 30 feet, now his guru said that, hey, please be very alert. He said, when I was at the top, he was not saying be alert. Now when I'm almost down, it is very safe, he's saying be alert. So from 10, 15, he came to 9 feet. He said, be very alert. Then 8 feet, he said, be very alert. Then 7, 6, 5, 4. And when he came down, he asked, see, when I was at that situation, which was very risky, then you didn't said anything. And when I was just at the bottom, you were saying that be conscious, be alert, be aware. All these are synonyms of alertness, like conscious. So he said the same thing I said to you. See, but when the risk was there, you were already conscious. But in life, there are hardly any moments of risk. Otherwise, in these kind of struggles or risk, person naturally becomes spiritual. If he is walking kind of on a razor blade, So he said, but when you come down, then that is the state where most of the people tend to sleep, become unaware. And most of the situations in our life are very normal. So you tend to sleep. So because by 10 feet, you were already in your own natural awareness state, you were very conscious. But when you came down and you say there is no risk, then I have to tell you that now you can lose your, you can, now thoughts can come, different things. And now you can lose your awareness and you can fall down.